Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things logistics. Today I'm going to let you know a few important things to remember on your journey of becoming an entrepreneur and starting your business. Now before I do, I want to announce to you all that I have 2 live webinars coming up. The first one is at the end of the month. That is our Business 101 webinar, where I will be teaching you everything you need to know to start your business. It's going to cover everything from A to Z, from registering with your state, all the way down to picking the correct virtual office to ensure that when it's time for funding, you don't run into any issues. The second one will be the first week of March. That is our Marketing 101 webinar. And I will be teaching you effective marketing techniques to use to acquire owner-operators. Now, that one will come with scripts as well as templates, and they both will be followed by a live Q&A with me. And the description for both, the information for both, will be in the description of this video, and it'll tell you how to register. I also want you all to make sure that you're following me on some sort of social media platform outside of YouTube, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok, because that's where I post a lot of this information first. And I don't want you all missing out on any early bird specials or discounts or classes just because I didn't get to post a video on YouTube. Okay, make sure that you take the time to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more information on all things logistics. Now let's get into the important things to remember on your journey of becoming an entrepreneur. Number 1, people do not plan to fail, okay? They just fail to plan. But the reason that they fail to plan is because they don't set goals. So make sure you're setting short-term goals that lead to you ultimately accomplishing your long-term goals. And make sure that they're realistic, because you're going to need every little small victory along the way to help motivate you on this journey, okay? So number 2, make sure that they are your goals. Toria, what does that mean? That means do not go start an eyelash company because your best friend Diana did it and she was successful. Diana was successful because they were her goals, okay? Now, this can be a little tricky because often we don't realize when we're taking on other people's goals. So I normally have my mentees do an exercise where they write down 10 goals off the top of their head, and they need to have some supporting details. I then have them go back and look at that list, and if anything on that list leads to the recognition, the adding value, or the benefit of someone outside of themselves, then I help them understand that it may not be their goals. Now, this is not me stating that or telling you to disregard the fact that if you start this business, it can benefit your children. What I'm trying to help you realize is that someone is directing your life. Someone is in charge of your life, and it may not be you. And that's the sad part about it. Now, this exercise as a whole can be pretty emotional, especially when you realize that it's you who's been holding you back, and that it's you who is continuously doing things that are not adding value to your life. And that is a hard pill to swallow. And they're not adding value to your life simply because they are not your goals. And you will be surprised how many things that you probably are currently working on that are influenced by friends or family or even somebody on TV, a coworker. Are they really your goals? Sometimes you have to sit back and ask yourself that. And if there's someone else's goals, how will you have the strength to push through when times get hard? When you're on E, when you're defeated? Most of the time we fail at the goals we set because they aren't ours. Therefore, when it comes down to push through, when you need willpower to get through these obstacles, you don't have it. You just give up. But that's because it wasn't your goal. Which leads to number 3. Make sure you're pursuing something that you are actually passionate about. Okay? You need to be passionate because passion is fuel. And building a business and transitioning to an entrepreneur from an employee mindset, like that is tough. It is hard. And not only that, but it takes time. And you're going to have moments where you feel defeated. You're going to have moments where you feel overwhelmed. And passion is the only thing that is going to give you the ability to recharge. So you need passion. Which leads to number 4. It's lonely. This is a lonely journey. And your support system is not going to look like what you expected it to look like. It's not going to be the people that you expected it to be. And you still need to be able to push through. That's why it's important to invest in a life coach or even a mentor along this journey for the times when you need that push and your best friend is not available. to give it to you. I mean, I noticed that we often expect things from the wrong people and then we get mad when they can't deliver. When we can't do that, that's not fair. Because yes, your sister may very well have been something like a therapist to you for your entire life, but she is not licensed, and she's also not equipped with the tools that are needed to assist you on this journey. So it's time to do what bosses do, okay? And invest in yourself. Pay for it. Pay for the help you need if you're not getting it from the people you thought you were going to get it for. And that's just as simple as that, okay? You have to be willing to put in the work. It may seem that some people just blew up overnight, but trust me, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes dedication. It takes late nights. It takes early mornings to be successful. And there's no telling how long it can truly take. You have Steve Jobs, right? He started Pixar in like 1985, and it wasn't until 1995 that he released his first successful movie, which was Toy Story. And it was up from there because we've all seen Toy Story. But it took 10 years. And I'm not saying it'll take you 10 years, but if it does, will you have what it takes? Will you be able to push through? Can you imagine how many times he had to have failed over the course of 10 years? But he didn't give up. He kept trying. He kept investing in himself, and it finally paid off. So last, understand that failure is not a destination. It is not permanent. It is a part of the journey. It is very much temporary. And it happens, and then you dust yourself off, like Aaliyah said, and you try again. And I believe that when you look at failure as a part of the journey, as opposed to a final destination, it's easier for you to stomach. It's easier for you to take the risks that are necessary for you to take to get you to the next level. Because you'll know in the back of your head that the worst thing that can happen for me taking this risk, the worst thing that can happen as a result of me trying to be successful, is a temporary feeling of failure. And knowing that it's temporary makes it much easier for you to overcome. So I hope that you all take these tips, put them in your pocket, because I guarantee at some point on this journey, something's going to come up and you're going to need some encouragement. And if you do not have the funds to invest, to pay for a mentor or a life coach or anything of that nature, you need to find them in some of these videos. Let some of these people that are recording these videos be your mentor. Let some of these people that are doing what you want to do be your mentor, okay? Let it be your guide. So I hope this helps. Make sure that you all like, share, and subscribe. If you have any tips to offer to another entrepreneur, leave it in the comment section. Like, each one teach one. Let's help each other. Let's have open dialogue, a whole discussion about it. I hope these tips helped you, and I'll see you next time. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to continue to educate yourself on all things logistics, please like, share, and subscribe. And also remember, with all things logistics, you are in business for yourself, but never by yourself. I'll see you next time.